All right, everybody. In this edition of the Fit Rockstar Show, we have Matthias Mckinnon. Hopefully, I said that right. He is known as the man. This guy does crazy things with workouts, but overall, he's a fun, entertaining guy. And we're gonna find all about him right now. I can't wait. I'm excited. Thank you for coming on, Matthias.
Thank you for having me on. I'm honored to be here.
You flew a long way, getting delayed, all this stuff. You're from Albany, New York?
Yeah, Albany. Nobody really comes from Albany, but like we got like one few guys, but not really.
We have a small airport there too, right?
Yeah, it's super small. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like but it's a nice. You're a New Yorker, so there you go.
Yeah, New York is interesting.
How old are you?
28. I just turned 28 May 21st.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I wanted to bring you on because I like what I see on the internet. All these things you do, these videos, talking about picking up chicks, all this other stuff, picking up sofas, doing the spin bike in the air. You do all crazy stuff.
Yes.
So in saying that, how does one like yourself just think one day, you know what, I'm gonna bench a 250-pound tire or go in the air of a spin bike? How does that work?
I guess it kind of snowballed off of one idea. Like I was just doing one thing. I really wasn't thinking of the entertainment and the after effect of it. It kind of just happened, and I kind of seen where it was going. So I was like, oh, it kind of give me exposure to create more awareness for myself, because I have like other dreams and just being like a personal trainer and business owner.
Yeah, you have the Grind 365, which you just recently opened, or?
Yeah, so I recently opened my gym, but I started my brand in 2014. I was in like college around there. So like sophomore year, I kind of just started. People kind of like would make fun of me because I was like, because creating your brand back then, people wasn't really doing it. Now it's common, but yeah.
How old were you then?
2014. I was about like 19, 20 years old.
19, you're already thinking about the branding and all that good stuff. You ever listen to anything of Gary Vee?
Yeah, so Gary Vee was like a huge funny story about that. He kind of like got me kicking. Like,
oh, wow.
Like, you know how like you like a baby, you kind of just hear new things. So like when I first I was telling you before, I tell my mother, I was like, I didn't want to do football no more, and it kind of shocked her because that was all my life. That's what I trained for. So Gary Vee, when I was staying at my mother's house, I kind of started my brand in her dining room, and I was just in there, just putting my stuff on social media, figuring out how can I brand myself. And every morning I'll listen to him right after I meditate, do yoga and stuff like that. And he kind of just kept putting keep sprinkling stuff on. Mm-hmm. So I kept kind of dialing into like, how can I use what he say into my brand? So he kind of sparked it. He kind of sparked everything I'm doing now. But he probably don't know that. But
you should let him know that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I always wanted to get on his show, but like it's 1,000 people a day that try to get on there.
I got into his offices 4 years ago, Vandercheck, down in New York City. Mm-hmm. What an amazing place!
Oh yeah, it looks sick.
Oh my God! No, he would love you just because. I mean, what you've created, your brand is amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So you did football for 19 years of your life, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. And you just decided one day, you know what? I want more. Why? You had a dream there,
yeah,
right?
it was a dream, sacrificing. My father was locked up in prison because, his consequences of what he did, and just the environment I grew up in, like, it was no hope. So football was my mentor. But when I put it down, it kind of like I was ready for it, like all the years built up, 5 years old, picking up football, and then like 24 saying I don't want to do it no more, kind of like it was ready. And then kind of like the next chapter of my life.
You always worked out. You always stayed in great shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you never compete?
I never competed. I did like a CrossFit. Like, I don't know if that's like different. Okay. So right. I did like my first CrossFit competition last year, but I never like competed in like any bodybuilding, anything of that nature.
You ever been to the Olympia, anything like that?
No, my first year. This year I'm thinking about going and doing not doing Olympia, but visiting and going to check it out.
Let me tell you this. Let me put this idea in your head. I visualize a Grind 365 booth with you. Big picture of you in the back, and then you got these video cameras of you doing demos of this crazy stuff. and people are going to be going all around like, who is this guy? What?
Yeah. Because it's
Seriously.
funny as you say that Bradley Martin. I reached out to Bradley Martin a few weeks ago, and recently I was reaching out, and he's like he just kind of was a role model when I first started. Like
Bradley's awesome.
He was like one of the guys. Him, Simeon, Ulysses. They all like I kind of like pick bits and pieces of them because they kind of set it like from C.T. Fletcher. They kind of set that tone of like, don't care what nobody's saying. Like do what you got to do. So. Yeah, like I wanted to do like a booth, but I really didn't know how to visualize it. So I guess I could take
you gotta do a booth.
Exactly.
You gotta do a booth. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a crowd of people. I mean, if you can get Bradley, their booth or whatever sponsor, that'd be great. You would be a hit.
I might have to.
Absolutely, come on
invest
now.
in that.
Yes, it's well worth it. But what is the craziest thing you've done so far?
In life or like?
I mean, like with the workouts.
The workouts. The craziest thing, I think it was the one when I kind of put all the weight on the rack. So my rack, I could move it. So like I ain't really screw it to the ground, so I could do stuff on it. So I put like probably over 1,000 pounds on this rack, just so I know I wasn't gonna flip this bad boy over.
Right.
And I had a bench in one arm, and I had the box in one arm, and I was benching the box as I was crunching up. Cause I was thinking like I seen like the trend that people were like kind of doing like the off the opposite side of the crunches, they doing the abs. I was like, I don't have that, but like I could kind of make my own. So I kind of just put the bar there, put my foot under. That was the craziest one. Cause I'm like, oh snap, this is pretty high. But I kind of just once my fear get over, I could conquer it. So
you ever get in a position where you're looking at yourself and you're thinking, what the hell am I? What am I thinking? You ever worry about injuries?
Injuries, I never had a major injury before because I kind of
safe.
Yeah, I kind of just take care of my body, like from nutrition wise to just mobility, mental, like engaging with myself. 'Cause I really believe in the zen of like really like with whatever I believe in, I could conquer. So I never put no limit on my mind. So like
that's great.
That's why like I feel like I never get hurt because it's like. If I think I could do it, I could. I mean, anything that's made by man, I feel like I could use, and I could use it to my advantage.
Right, of course. So, what was you like as a kid? Were you a troubled child? Did you cause problems? Were you quiet?
I was a good kid, but I was busy. I was always outside. Like now, like kids ain't outside, but I was like always outside playing football. We played tackle on concrete. Like we was wild. Like just a wild kid out there having fun, but it was very dangerous in my neighborhood. So like my one of my closest friends when I was 8 years old got killed when we was outside playing football. So very dangerous. But I was outside just having fun. Like I never got distracted by like the other stuff in the environment that was going on. It could be drugs, gun violence, like. The stuff that's going on now, obviously more social media based and people out there, you can see it all, but it was the same stuff that's going on now, but just not recorded. So, I was just always playing football, always just into sports because that's my mom. She wanted me to like be active and not turn out like, people in my life.
What does your mom think of you now?
She like supports me in everything I do.
Do?
Like, yeah, my mom, I love her so much because like she never like only time she probably doubted me was when I told her I was done with football. But other than that, like with the gym and everything like that, she comes support me. She invests her time and it helps her stay. Like it gives her a reason to work out still. Like. Because I feel like some people just don't want to work out, but like it gives her a reason to like keep her health and keep stay on top of it. And that's one of the reasons I love that I have the gym so she could come there anytime and take care of herself along with my other siblings.
Yeah, you have what two?
So I have four younger brothers. So my dad's side I have 20. I think he's 24, 23 years go by so fast. And then my mother I have 23-year-old, 18-year-old, and then a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old. So they, my mom always just like.
Do they work out with you and doing your crazy stuff?
Yeah. I tried
what
that.
What do they think about that?
It's funny because it's like, because all the kids like they look at me like a superstar. Like it's like I don't look at myself like that. I look at myself just like a regular person. Just having fun with life.
You got crazy strength. And see, that's what impresses me about you, your strength.
Yeah.
Because it kind of reminds me of Ulysses. Ulysses.
Yeah.
Because I used to follow him all the time. He's crazy strong.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
physique. Conditioning is just like, wow. The perfect body, you know?
Yeah, he's the abs to like everything is like
God.
unbelievable.
And he's not too big. He's just right in the middle.
Right.
But you remind me of that crazy strength. How do you, is it egg whites? We're just training.
So
Zen?
like when I was young, like when I was playing, so I think football kind of built me up for all this stuff. Like I had the craziest strength and conditioning coach. We were like all the athletes out there, you probably know, like when you first get there, actually it was prep school. So prep school broke me down and built me up mentally. Like my 18 years old, my mom traveling, I don't even know how many miles, like 12 hours from New York, Albany, New York to North Carolina, Charlotte. So down here, the prep school has no rules, like no regulations. So they could do anything. Like, they could wake you up 3 o'clock in the morning, take you out to the middle of the field and run probably 1,500 yards, bear crawl, mountain climbers, all that whole nine. So doing that kind of mentally broke me. My mom couldn't really afford to send me meals all the time. So I was on like a straight carb diet. Like I just went to all the money I had. I just kind of went to the market store and got like bread and any pasta or stuff like that to help me on PB&J and stuff like that. So I was like a carb diet. And
you say peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah.
No bologna sandwiches?
No bologna. It was just straight like, if we went out, it'll probably, I don't know if you heard of Cookout. You ever Cookout before?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cookout. Oh, we'll go there once a week and I'll get some protein from there. But like, it was rough. My dad, like, he like kind of supported me and he like sent me the up north package. So up north package, you have ramen noodle, tuna, PB&J, and like you have this package 2x4, and like it was the people that was in up north lockdown penitentiary, they would get somebody would send that to him. So he sent me that package and it kind of like that held me over for like two months, and he would send another one. But yeah, like that kind of just broke me down mentally, made me like think like life isn't guaranteed every day, So like as I got through that process, I kind of just learned about myself and kind of how hungry I was and like what was my why. Like my mom was my why. Like seeing her struggle, seeing her taking care of me at work, and and my aunt was there. Like I was raised by 2 women. I was like, my statistics of where I'm supposed to be is not, I'm not supposed to be where I'm at now. So like everything just humbled me to be more hungry and be thankful, and as I just kind of built that callus on my mindset, it kind of just took a toll on everything I do. So everything I do, I just be thankful, and then try to send a message through all this craziness I do, because it's like what is behind the benches, the lifting, squat racks it's my story. It's like what I want to communicate to people, to like live free, like live with a plan, educate yourself on what you want to do, So.
Absolutely. Let me ask you something. So if you wasn't where you're at now, where do you see yourself?
I'd have probably been like a state trooper, or something
State
like
trooper?
a cop or something
Really?
like that. Yeah, because my uncle, he's the head deputy of state troopers in Troop G in New York State.
Wow.
So he always was like, oh, you should be a trooper. I'm like, I took the trooper test, but that wasn't it for me. Yeah. Like I feel like I had a bigger purpose to people, and I feel like fitness is like the closest you could possibly get to people, other than like physical, mental health and stuff like that. I feel like, because it's like when I train my folks, they talk to me and they like talk to me about their day, and they kind of like tell me how happy they are with their body and their transformation. Of like they didn't know they could go from point A to point B, or this process could change everything around them, their energy, their finances, having more open awake of being more woken about how their body is like, it's not it shouldn't be like on the other side of working and stuff. It should be something for yourself, like it should be something you want to do for yourself. And that's what I love about fitness. It kind of push people to do it for yourself than other to try to please people.
Absolutely.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn If I can have hundreds of hours back, you know I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
How did you come up with the Grind 365?
It's a funny story. So I grew up around music. My stepdad always was in music. He wrote a lot of music for like a lot of famous artists and stuff like that. So
Can't name any of those people.
yeah.
Can you name one or two?
Oh, name a dude. So if you knew, I don't know if Ludacris or some of them, they kind of took a sample from him. So he did like guitar and stuff like that. So
I think everybody knows who Ludacris is.
There's a lot of people out there, like a lot of like
That's
stuff
cool.
he kind of like collab with. And my brother moved, my oldest stepbrother. So I have my stepdad they had 12 kids. So
Did you say 12 kids?
yeah, my stepfather has 12.
Think he's busy? Wow.
Yeah, so like like even like just not being like fully related to my other siblings, they support me because like obviously they see the motivation.
Sure.
Like obviously they didn't live through my shoes, but they see like, damn, if he could open a gym, like coming from here, like zero to like here,
A hero.
and like flying, kind of telling the story across the world and stuff like that. Like, damn, I guess it's just give a spark to people, like getting people started, like taking care of themselves. That's like people, because it always correlates back to working out, and it's like anybody can work out. You just gotta find what working out is good for you. But yeah,
I liked exactly what you said. What is good for you, because some people think it has to be constantly going to the gym or whatever. You can do a workout no matter where you are. I mean, obviously you proved that by what you do. Like during COVID, could you imagine if you would have came out with like I mean, I don't know what you did during that time, but could you imagine the videos and stuff for people to do just from your workouts?
Yeah, it's funny as you said. Me and Nico were talking about it. So during COVID was a blessing. It wasn't a blessing for most people, but it was a blessing for me because it gave me an opportunity to open a gym. And for one of my sponsors, I've been sponsored with them for 4 years. That was one of my goals, to get sponsors, Vitamin Shop. It wasn't one of my goals, but it was a goal to get sponsored by a supplement company. So one of my best friends, we became best friends through social media, Instagram, and he about 2 or 3 years younger than me. We kind of just connected because I was like. Because Gary Vee, leading back to him, he was like, reach out to, like, you want to gain like followers, you want to gain like that exposure, reach out to people that got huge pages, because they posting creators. They just got content. They need content. So I was reaching out to these pages for that post creators, and I was like, hey, I create content for your page. And then one of the guys I just be best friends now, we just came close, and then he shot me at the Body Tech was through Vitamin Shop. They was doing like a promo signing athletes, and they kind of just they didn't think I was gonna get signed because they had this kid from this old, not even a kid, this guy like 5 or 10 years older than me from Miami gonna get signed, and they didn't know I had the plug for a guy that could shout me up that had like 10 million followers.
Wow.
So we was like, how can we win? And it was a voting thing. So I was like, I could get this. So I was like telling my buddy Mikey, like, hey, we could win this, bro. You got 10 million. I got like 50K.
Sure.
I think we just could push it. And it kind of shocked Vitamin Shop because they didn't think I could win. It was like, we thought the guy Sean was going to win. I was like, I didn't think he was going to win because I had somebody on my end. So that was one of the blessings of having Body Tech sponsor me, because that funding helped me open my gym, because every check I had from there, I would save up, and then my YouTube AdSense and stuff like that, I was like saving up. Cause I was in my mom's house, like I was just saving up, and then this gym kind of just fell in my lap. And
So how did that happen? You just walked by
the pandemic. So I was training at a gym before. I kind of didn't like the vibe. Well, I'm gonna wind it back to when I started first training. So I didn't really start training after I got done playing football. I always was like, I always started, I was just working out. My mom's friends was like, oh, can you train them? So I was like, yeah, I train them. I started like $25 an hour just training people randomly.
That's cheap.
Yeah, I was, wow. Yeah, it was super cheap. But I was like, I mean, it's making money. I was like, whatever. So I just started there, and then it kind of just snowballed. All my mom friends want me to train it. So I was like, how can I get So I wasn't certified, but I knew how to train people. I knew how to get people in shape, you know. And then I started learning about nutrition, do my research about macros and micros. It kind of just fell in my lap. And then obviously that started going on. And one of my cousins, he was like, "You should start personal training." I was like, "I kind of do it," but he's like, "No, like upscale it, like now, like turn it into your business." I was like, "I could do that. I could do it with my YouTube and stuff like that." And then after that started happening, I got New York State. You just need to be have insurance. So I got my insurance, and it's like an extra $80 you have to pay on top of your insurance. So I did that, got my insurance, and then from my insurance, I kind of just got my LLC, my business kicking, and then the iGrind 65 started going, and then it just snowballed. I was in the gym, and then I kind of left there. The pandemic hit, and then from the pandemic, I knew 2 firefighters. They admire me. It's like, "Oh man, your workouts is crazy." I was like, "Can I come train there? I'm kind of leaving the place I'm at now." And he's like, "Yeah, for sure." And then they was like, "Yeah, we might be closing down shop." And I was like, "We've been trying to get people to buy." I was like, "How can I buy it?" And it was like, "I don't know. You gotta do this." I'm like, "All right, boom." And I kind of got through into the sharks. Like I was just. It's like, "Yeah, this is what we did," and they really didn't do it the whole 9. So I kind of I got an open gym, and I do personal training, and I do yoga. I do, and it's a small gym. It's only 4,500 square feet.
Oh,
but
wow, that's not bad actually.
yeah, so I kind of maximized. I kind of just was busting my ass the whole time, just figuring out. Like I started with 0 members to like now we got like almost 300.
Congratulations.
So it was like in 2 years. So it was a learning curve, just going up and down. And then going back to the iGrind 65, how it started was one of my brother's friends was in the rapping studio, and he was just freestyling, and he started talking about me like grinding 365.
Oh, so he's rapping about you?
Yeah, he was like rapping like he's just rapping and he freestyled, and he kind of just looked at me. And he's like, "Matthias, son, grind 365. You're gonna make it to the league." And then I kind of just took it. I don't know what happened. Just kind of took it and just said, "I grind 65." Started putting on T-shirts, selling that at high schools.
It's great. Yeah.
And then after that, that's all she wrote.
It's a good brand, right?
Yeah. So it was like.
What was the feeling going through you when you going through the doors and opening day? Of your
The
gym?
gym. It was. I really didn't even feel it. I'm still in the process of like everything. Like I don't know. Like this. I don't really feel like within the moment.
So even when you go there, it's your baby. You still don't feel that.
I feel I feel a heartbeat in there. Like it's weird. Like people coming in, it's a vibe. Like because New York don't have like that. Like you go to like Metroflex and like
Right.
zoo culture. Like it's that energy. So like New York, we don't have that energy. Nothing like that out there.
I go to New York all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So. Like my vision, like people like, "Why you ain't move to LA?" I was gonna do so, but I was like, I feel like I need to bring something here. Like this is just the gym is just a kick, but like I want to own like my own like strip. Like want to have like different businesses, juice bars, stuff like that's the vision.
Sure.
But I want to start with the gym, getting people hope, like getting juice bars, getting like supplements companies, like I'm partnering with different brands and stuff like that. And it's like it's happening now. It's just like this time is coming. So it's like just preparing like all this stuff here, like and me and you interviewing. Yeah. It's kind of part of the process of like it's weird. It's like it's happening like at the time. It's like kind of perfect, and it's like it's just setting the stones and the ducks in the road to like. When I get there, I got the right people around to like help me and guide me and give me the right knowledge that I need to, excel it and spread what I want to spread around.
Now, as a business owner, when you first opened your gym, was it hard for you to leave your baby, like in other people's hands?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had to read like audiobooks, like different business audiobooks to trustworthy. Like your hands can't be in everything. You
right.
gotta find people that's like worthy to do so. So that was the hardest part, like trial and trail of like again trainers. Like right now I have 8 trainers.
Wow.
The oldest trainer I have, like Dozy, he's like, it's funny because I'll tell you another story about that, but like it's a blessing to have trainers there, like people that's like I can help and they can like help. We helping each other, you know. Like I'm giving them a place to make a living and do what they love, and then they helping me because we like family oriented. It's private, it's not like corporate, so it's a beautiful thing, But I love it there because it's just I invested so much time and energy. And other people have too, so it's just like a home away from home.
And you're giving back to the community, which is really nice. Yeah. Something that I've always wanted to do. I used to be a gym owner as well. That's why I asked you about how is it when you leave, because for me it was difficult because the trainers I had didn't do their job. And I had to let them go. You know what I mean? You put in, but you have to have that trust. You have to find the right people who are loyal. But I wanted to talk to you. You've met a lot of superstars, a lot. Somebody that I admire a lot, and I know you do too, Michael Hearn, the original Titan.
Yeah, that's my guy.
How did you get to meet him? How did that happen?
Oh man, so this is kind of around the time I stopped playing football. Like I was like, I'm gonna take a trip to LA. 'Cause I knew like that's where all the fitness gurus are. Like,
back up real quick. So what made you, when you decided to quit football, now you're like wanting to go into the fitness field. So did you decide, okay, I'm going to go to LA, the Mecca? That's when you...
So like I reached out to probably 150 different creators.
Wow.
In LA. And I was like, hey, I'm coming to LA. This is the content I do. I could do other stuff too. Because some people go on my page like, oh, I ain't working on it. Right. So like I try to like post like regular workouts in the mix so people know I'm like a regular. So I like reached out to Heath because Heath seen me so Heath played with the Saints. That's Michael Hearn's best friend. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I'm coming to LA. Because he knew me from one of the camps I went to for football. And he's like, yeah, come out. We work out at 4:30. I'm like, that's nothing. It's 7:30 in New York. I can wake up like that. That's easy. So I'm like, yeah. And then I end up going out there, flying out there with my brother. My parents like helped me out a little bit, like getting like a hotel and stuff like that, just so I could like stay and like network throughout the whole week. I didn't have nothing to lose. So I just went out there and kind of just let the faith of God just guide me. And Heath, so funny, Heath overslept or he wasn't feeling good or whatever.
Oh, boy.
So I'm like, damn, it's like 3:30 in the morning. We had Ben at Sco's gym and he's not there. I'm texting him and I see Michael Hearn and his wife, Mona. Walking with the husky, had three huskies walking. I was like, damn, I don't know him. I was like, I'm just gonna go up to him. So I'm like, hey, Michael Hearn, what's going on? I was supposed to meet Heath with you guys. I have the messages here. I was like, can I work out with you or whatever? And then after that, we just kind of like,
he was cool about it, like, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, come work out. I'm like, all right, it's worked out. So I worked out with him for like 2 hours. I don't know. I was so strong working out with him. It was weird because he was doing like 495 with the 20-inch box. Jeez. Going all the way down. I'm like, wow. I'm looking at him like, I ain't about to do that. He's like, yeah, you about to get on there.
That's funny.
So we trained like every day at 4:30 and like we just came like good friends. Like I didn't really know how genuine he was until like we got to talk and like he was so like soft spoken. Like he's like soft spoken, but when we was lifting, he was intense though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's like, yo, you better get that.
Mike is pretty darn strong.
I'm like they about to hurt me. So we trained. It was different, but like my visit, like I was going out there. I trained with Mike, and I would train with somebody else. So I was doing 3 or 4 trainings a day because I was like,
oh wow.
So I was out there like grinding, like getting content, shooting. And my brother would record, like. He was just out there with me, just shooting content. So I was one of the best connections I made because like every time I would go LA, I would meet up with Mike, 4:30 workout anytime. So that was like a friendship that I'm just super blessed to have.
He's a great person.
Nah, yes, he is.
What about have you ever shot with Fat Boy?
Fat Boy
out of LA?
I don't think so.
Who's the other guy? I can't even think of him. He's crazy. He's always eating like always buying cars and chicken, and he's a famous
actor. Talking about
he's funny.
I know you're talking about he do a bunch of skits and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, I can't think about who he is, but anyway. Who else did you meet in L.A.? Where did you meet Larry Wheels?
So I met Larry Wells in New York because he's originally from Brooklyn, I believe.
Oh, I
he's
didn't know that.
originally from New York, like city around there. So I met him through Black Cruz before he passed away. Rest in peace. So I met them. So the guy that owned the gym that they was coming to on Iron Rebel. So this is before I got like connected to Iron Rebel. The guy on the gym from Vitamin Shop, they invited me back down. Like, hey, Larry Will's coming this date. You could link up with him. Boom, boom. And then I went down there, and then it was just like when I meet certain people, just like we just click, we just vibe. So we was like talking like for like 45 minutes about just whatever, you know. And he's younger than me. It's crazy. He's like a year younger than me, but like we kind of related because he played football and stuff like that. And then Black Time Cruise, we was chatting up. So it was just nice vibe. And then after that, Larry was like his managers reached out to me recently, talking about, hey, have you ever come to I think they like Egypt or Dubai or something like that. Yeah, he's like, ever come out, we could link up. You and Larry could shoot some crazy content.
You can get some great content in Dubai.
Yeah, so like if I ever go out there, like, and it's funny because the gyms out there, they like hit me up. They're like, yo, you gotta come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Which ones? Oxygen or?
I think it was Oxygen. Like few like big gyms like reached out to me. Like they love my content. It was like, yeah, you come out here.
Have you seen their gyms over there?
Their gyms look absurd. It's like
10 stories with different.
Yeah, I'm like, why you have so much?
Gosh.
Like, why the gym so big? But yeah, they like come out.
Let me put this in your ear. So in Dubai in October, they have the Dallas Pro, and then they have a huge Dallas Fit Expo.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go.
They want to have me traveling. But I do want to travel though. That's the vision. So,
What is your dreams? What are the rest of your dreams? I mean, for me, like
Dreams?
I can tell you like giving back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to help people. No matter, you know, whatever you can do for them, you want to help them. You know, something that I've not seen that it would be nice. I'm all about the homeless people. So something I always wanted to do is like an outside boot camp for homeless people, helping them train because they can't afford it.
Right,
so you're just trying to, that's a dream that I've always had. But anyway, what is your dreams?
What is my
And
dream?
you're young. You're just 28 years old. Got your whole life ahead of you.
My dream, like, one of my dreams, I want to retire by 40. That's the vision. But
I was thinking 30.
Yeah, possibly, bro. You never know what happens. Cause I dream big. Like I wanna like, oh man, it's crazy. But I wanted to get into oil. I want to get into import export. Cause when I ordered my equipment from China and Germany, came in, and I went to the import place. I'm like, this is massive. Like, you know, I'm like, damn, like they're making a killing with this. I want to get into business and like obviously making that financially generational wealth.
Sure.
So that was, I'm like, wow, that would be like a dream, is having my own import export company. And like, I don't know how many years, but if I just meet the right people, and everything just been lining up, like meeting different millionaires, people that's like really wealthy and like did it really good for themselves in different industries of their life. But yeah, like that would be one, and like giving like a mentor program through kids that grew up like me,
nice.
you know?
Yes.
Because like I know how it is when your dad's locked up, you got to go to like, prison, and it could be traumatizing because you don't really know as a kid, and then you kind of develop, you kind of learning as you get older. You see everybody has their dad, and like both of their parents there at their graduation, and your father is locked up in prison, chained up, and you like, this is like it's like crazy. So that's a passion of mine, is like giving back to kids like me, because I feel like they're lost right now, and like with everything going on, it's like they need like a getaway.
Yeah.
And I feel like fitness could be something that could help them. You know, it could give them, release some anger instead of picking up a weapon or selling drugs. Like this has been crazy, but I feel like that could be something I could do.
Are you in a process of doing something like that now?
Yeah, so that's what I want to run out my new gym. So my vision is within a year and a half, I want to purchase a building around 10,000 or 8,000 square feet, have a like a vitamin shop or something connect to it, and then and work with my local mayor and see if we could get like a bus through like local inner cities or even kids in suburban. 'Cause I feel like they still like have issues also, and they need like some type of guidance. So I feel like that's gonna be
Mental health
Yeah.
is a huge thing now, as you know.
yeah.
And these kids and their new generation, they don't even know what it is to human touch or any interaction. And fitness by far saves a lot of people.
Oh,
I find.
100%. Yeah.
And in saying that, God bless you for what you're doing. Seriously. I will share a story with you. I didn't have a father locked up, but I did have an uncle. I remember as a kid, 4 or 5 years old, walking into this place, seeing all these people and seeing my uncle in, solid colored clothes. And then you had to like go through this, why are all these cops here, and
Right.
there's a, you can't get too close and, people weren't there it was weird.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know how to react. Like
Right.
I would see him during the holidays and things like that. And it was just so different because you only see him for like maybe an hour at most, and then
Limited
it's
time.
It is very traumatizing
limited
because you're
time.
seeing it's different, and so it wasn't explained to me why I was seeing him in the prison, but yeah, I remember that, and then taking pictures is just kind of but
Yeah, it's weird.
it is weird. I come from the ghetto, and so I've been through a lot, and I thank my upbringing for where I am today, like yourself, because you value and appreciate your life, and you don't take things for granted, But what else do you plan on doing in the next 2 years? Like, what's
Next 2 years, keep branding. I want to obviously get other athletes on the team, give people opportunities. Create their business. I do like motivational speaking too.
Oh, you
like,
do?
Yeah. So
oh, great.
I got a couple gigs that like corporate, like little small corporates, like got me out to like talking and.
You would do so
yeah,
well
so,
with it.
so it's
Making
like
some serious cash.
yeah. So I haven't really took that to the next notch, but that's something that's in my resume that I do is like to share my story and what I'm doing, and people like, yo, your experience, like your age is unbelievable. I was like if I didn't experience, I wouldn't be able to share. I wouldn't be able to share with somebody that needs it.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
So I think I'm just kind of like it's like a walking gift of just sharing and
Who is your role models right now?
role model.
Who's someone you look up to? If you can meet anyone right now, who would it be?
Probably David Goggins.
Oh, you know what? I was going to tell you something. So I was just thinking in my head, I swear to God, I was thinking in my head, I would love to see you and David Goggins together because you just have that same personality. I mean, you're not as vocal as he is, but I got to see him at the International Sports Hall of Fame when he won his award. This guy is incredible.
Yeah, his book.
And he don't give a.
His book is incredible.
His book is incredible,
it's
and just
like-
in general, he's incredible. I would love to see you two together.
Yeah, like he's like him, and then him and it's another guy. It's like it's a few guys I look up to because it's just they just how they just.
I don't want to see you with Gary Vee.
Yeah, Gary Vee's he obviously he sparked me up to like do what I want to do. It's like there's so many role models out there.
I mean, he has multiple like businesses. Do you ever like the clothing line? I know you've got this. Do you feel like expanding with it?
Yeah. I want to get into like regular clothes and lifestyle. Like, I try to do the lifestyle with the like fitness look, like the scoop look, or like like different joggers to kind of like you could work out and you kind of could just kick back with it.
And let's go into these crazy videos you do aside the workouts. These ones where you talked about chicks. So what? So girls come up to you and say, "Do you think I'm cute?" What is it?
What was this?
You have one where some girls, I guess a couple girls were, "Hey, do you think I'm cute or something?" And you can't believe like.
I was like, I did a couple skits like that. I did one where I went to Miami, I went to Miami, did like a public interview, kind of asking girls like, what kind of body type, kind of doing like experiment.
Yes.
What kind of body type you like? Do you like dreads or like do you like waves? Like, you know, what are you into? And they like, some gave me 100%. Some people like, oh, like this, that.
So these names, it's like clickbait here. So I cheated on my ex-girlfriend to do this. What did you do?
Oh yeah, so
What did you do to go work out? What did you do?
oh, like this is like clickbait. It probably is like 30 seconds of me probably doing something. And like,
Oh, it's
you know,
10 minutes and 25 minutes. You talking something?
Yeah, it's like me
So I'm
doing
like-
my life, and then people just learn about me.
Why did you open up your gym at 26?
Why did I open it? So I opened my gym at 26. It was an opportunity. So I
Do you
just,
think you could have did it younger than that?
I think I didn't have the opportunity. I could have had a gym then, but it just, I don't know. I think I wouldn't have everything I have now if I did it any earlier.
How many girls hit on you? Seriously, you're a pretty guy.
How many girls hit on me?
Come on. At the airport. Come on, how many girls are macking to you? Like, hey, what's up?
It's like the vary, you know, because some girls are worried about hitting on guys. Some girls is like,
In
it's
this
like,
day and age,
it's like weird. Some people like, oh, I can't be hitting on, you know, because I gotta keep my girl code.
girl code. Okay, so how to DM your crush? I'm just laughing at these videos. How do you DM teach me this. How do you DM your crush?
Oh, so I guess if somebody want to DM their crush, they just have, you know what I mean, they have to, you know, look at their profile, I mean, do a little research, and then, hey, like, like, where's this scenery at, you know, and then they engage with you, and then you just got to throw a couple jokes out there, and then I guess they...
Smash it or pass it made me laugh.
That's one of my celebrity friends.
Deshae?
Deshae Frost, yeah. So we just came up with the video idea. So we do like different celebrities you smash and pass.
You're just showing pictures and saying
you
smash.
smash and pass.
So you're not going up to the girl and saying smash, pass.
I think some people actually did that.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
Some people actually did that. I was like, I
Not
had
that ballsy?
I had that balls.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the most like? You ever been uncomfortable doing some of these skits? Where it's like, I don't know,
The only uncomfortable part I like to video was me starting to record myself. Other than
Really?
that, after that, it was just like, it is what it is, because it's just,
it is what it is.
cause it's like life. It is what it is. Like you either take it or take it what it comes with, or you're gonna. I mean,
You ever had any girl or guy get like really pissed off at you during some of these videos, or it's all like?
Yeah, it's like some videos is like you like if I'm collabing with somebody, like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and then if they not with it, just we don't do it. We do a different idea.
You ever had people not wanting to be like do what you wanted to do?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, people out there that's just not comfortable with doing. They don't put their face on there. I'm like, you got a social security number? You already out there. So, but
Why is somebody wearing a mask in one of your? Was it one of your brothers or somebody's wearing a mask in one of the videos? It was like all you could see was.
Oh
his
yeah.
eyes.
So I did a boxing, like a YouTube boxing.
Who won?
I did. 100%.
Of course you did.
I did like kung fu and stuff like that. So
You do kung fu?
I did when I was younger. My stepdad and my uncle taught kung fu, so I learned the beginner stages of kung fu.
What else do you know? I see you do backflips.
So I do backflips. I do gymnastics. I cut my own hair.
You cut your own hair?
Yeah, I do.
How does that work?
So my dad owned the barbershop at one point in time. So
do you take a mirror
so I take a mirror here and I like get behind, I taper it, and
That's got to be great.
It took me a couple years to get it done, but I started at like 14, and then it got easier every time I did it.
Is there anything you can't do?
If I feel like my mind could do it,
So you do play an instrument since your dad was.
yeah, I
your
did.
stepdad.
I played drums at church. I could play drums. Yeah, I used to like engineer. I could like if you like had like a studio, like stuff like that. I could like engineer like music and stuff like that too.
Okay, so are you planning on opening up your own studio too? Which I think you should.
I do want to have like a studio or something like this.
Let me put this idea in your head, okay? I think you should have your own record label or some type of label where you're a manager for people.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You know how much money you can make on top of that,
Oh
too?
yeah, 100%. Like rappers and fitness.
Yes, exactly.
That I wanted to open something where I could like train rappers. Like 'cause a lot of rappers are unhealthy with all this they do a lot of syrup, they do a lot of Xanax and stuff like that. Because I wanted to like.
Some people don't know what's scissor. Is it syrup or scissor?
I think they have like so many different slangs for that word for that.
Is that
I don't know,
Mentos?
it's like a cold cough drink or something like that.
Who the heck thinks of this stuff, right?
I don't know. I think the rappers are rapping, and the youth is like, "Oh, this is cool," so they do.
No, I want to know who came up with eating a Tide Pod. You don't do that stuff. The Tide Pod challenge.
I don't do that BS. The crazy that I do is lift equipment on squat racks.
I saw you did those hot Takis.
Yeah, those, my little brothers. I did with my little brothers. Like,
is it really hot?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We ordered it from China. That was where it came from.
Oh, you ordered from China?
You had to order because I think that's where. Actually, no. Actually, I think it's a U.S. brand now, but I'm not 100% sure where it's from. But we went to the grocery store, we got it, and I think we just.
How long did it take you to recover from that?
Like me, I don't like eating hot stuff because the other end don't like it.
Well, at least I know you're not. Okay, yeah, I know. That's like flames coming out, right?
Yeah, and then my stomach be rocket.
Well, that's the same. I want to do that one chip challenge.
With the I think you got to order the chips and then like it's
you
like
can order all the chips or just the one, and you got to eat the whole thing or pieces of it.
It's like a big chip. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. I thought we could do that, but I'm like, no.
You could definitely do it.
No. But I definitely think you should have the rapper and fitness. We actually have some very famous rappers come to the Olympia every year.
Really?
Believe it or not.
I think no, Jim Jones. Jim Jones came one year with Indio Champ.
Yes, there's another guy too that I can't think of. He's like a platinum rapper who's
Snoop Dogg. No.
Nope. I'll come to me. I'll get it. But anyway, listen, I think what you're doing is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And so in saying that, now you have the gym, you have your clothing line, you've got, I saw you have a personal training app.
Yeah, so
what is this app?
So I just launched the app with a company called Go. It's basically I could create any workout I want. Anybody in the world could like buy it for like 99 cents, and then
99 cents.
99 cents. So if you want to get the app, you could download the 99 cents, and if you want to get the beginner, you get like four different workouts, 8-week programs for like, and for free. But then once you want to upgrade, get something personalized, it's like $50 a month, and you could do that
That's
again
not
personalized.
bad at all.
Yeah. So like basically, I create the workout, and then they kind of keep people into the news feed. It's like a chat. We chat up in the feed, like so I can engage with my supporters and fans in the app. So it's pretty cool.
What is your biggest pet peeves?
Pet peeves about anything?
Anything.
Annoying people.
Annoying people. Like what?
Like I hate when somebody like keep asking me to do something. Like it could be like I don't know. It could be like somebody like, oh, let's do it. I'm like, I'm gonna get to it. I got a lot of things going on.
Right. Anything else that pisses you off? How about people who don't re-rack their weights?
That kind of it's
Does that
getting to
happen
me a
in your
little.
gym with people leaving weights on there?
Yeah, so I tell them like next time you leave a gym, next time you leave the gym with your weights on there, you got 100 push-ups. I tell them like,
That's it?
100 push-ups because most of these, I think the average person can't do 100 push-ups.
No, probably 2.
Yeah, so.
Didn't you do like 1,000 push-ups? No,
Yeah, I did
500?
1,000 push-ups, and I think I just
an
got
hour,
an hour,
wasn't it?
Yeah, just an hour.
I'm like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, can I do 1,000 push-ups? My arm at one point I wasn't even sweating, or I don't think I had a pump no more. I was just numb, so I just kept going.
What is your legacy? Like, what do you want to leave?
Legacy, like the gym slogan is where dreams come true. But what I go by, I tell everybody this quote is control what you can control, expect the unexpected. So that's what I live by every day, and that's really it. Where I just want to give people that tool to like your body is your temple, and you
It
know,
is your temple.
And everything from head to toe, you have to figure it out. Figure out what's best for you. Figure out what's gonna make you what's your purpose. Like what's gonna keep you going. So that's like my purpose to people, is like keeping their purpose alive within their life.
Was somebody struggling with mental health issues or depression, what would you say to those people watching
Mental health, depression. I went through depression at one time because when you making it somewhere, a lot of people want to lean on you. So I kind of got depressed with everybody putting their weight on me. So, hey man, I think you just gotta stand back and like evaluate your circle, evaluate the people you're around, because I feel like that has a huge toll on you. If you're around a lot of negative people, a lot of bad energy, a lot of like not good for you, like stuff going on, you just gotta sit back and kind of just take a deep breath and evaluate your life, the pros and the cons. And it's gonna be hard because some people like really attached to like people in their life, and like me, like I think I don't get too attached, like I just kind of leave that thin line of like if you're if you're kind of asset to my life or you're a liability, what I mean, we kind of it just won't work, So if you're an asset, as you bring value to me, like how can you help? How can we grow together? Like if I'm with a female, like how can we grow together? How can you help me be better? How can you keep my conscious and subconscious like at a level state than like me always functioning and being different moods? Obviously we're gonna be in different moods, but like like ever since I like been happy and like kind of listening to affirmations and kind of keeping my subconscious uplifted of like keeping that clear thought and be persistent about the stuff I want to accomplish. That's what helped me with my mental health and like helped me with like a clear conscience of like understanding where I should be going, like what I should be doing, instead of like being like in a cloudy mind throughout. Like I feel like I'm still like in cloudy, but I understand.
Why do you feel that way?
But I understand it is because like I'm getting challenged, like it's because I'm getting challenged through like my process, but that's only making me better, It's only like so I don't understand a lot of situations, but I think the situations that's coming upon me, it's situations that I'm getting through because I'm persistent. I have a vision, and through the cloudy, if I'm going through something I don't understand, it kind of helps me out because I know my purpose, I know my why, I know where I want to go. I think people just got to know what they want to do instead of trying to look at somebody else's life and like I want to be with them. I think that's like the main thing to a lot of mental health, is because everybody want to be like somebody else instead of their self. And I think they just have to find their purpose by writing their goals down, writing what makes me happy, like what do I enjoy. Like they should just experience different things, write down a bucket list, experience things, and then whatever pops out on that bucket list, I should achieve. So I think that's that mental health. Everybody's just too like wild up in that.
What is the next crazy thing you're gonna lift? I mean, do you have like a goal as far as like, okay, I got a dream to lift this crazy thing or whatever? What is it?
Actually, when I was flying over here, I came with an idea. I told my cousin, I was like, hey, we got it. I was like, we're gonna put 2 squat racks on the building, and I'm gonna squat the squat racks on the building.
The building?
You're gonna walk into the gym and you're like, what the squat racks? And then you're gonna see me squatting with the squat racks on the building.
With both squat racks?
Squat racks too, yeah. They're about like around 200 to 300-pound squat racks.
Oh, it's easy, yeah. It's a piece of cake.
Because it's so like bulky, so it's like easy.
Yeah, but see, it's the way it's made. And getting that balance.
The balance is key.
It's the balance.
The balance is
That's
key.
why I look at your videos. I'm like, it's got to be that balance.
It is. You got to find the balance. Like tons of times where I like got new objects in my hand, is like flipping over, and I'm like this ain't working. I'm getting aggravated a little bit. Let me take a deep breath. I take a deep breath. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do adjustment here, and then it works out.
You ever reached out to Redcon?
No, I never. No, never.
You should. Talk about a supplement company and whatnot. They're great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would love you with all your stuff that you have. But I'm not going to keep you much longer because we're going to have a little bit of fun ourselves.
Also.
And I'm going to leave it with you. If there's anything you want to say to your fans, to your family, to your sponsors, to your gym people, say it.
Damn, I think it's the moment. Hey, I'm just super thankful to be within the space I am right now, because of all the achievements and adversity I have experienced throughout my 20 years of life, I feel like I want to be here where I am now, like sacrificing a lot, being being at graduations, being with family, being with friends. But I feel like the time that I'm becoming upon is gonna be worth it. You know, give people different space, a different creativity of just being them and understanding that every day is guaranteed. You should live within the moment and create a path of passion, because I mean, where you come from and people kind of different stories is just so powerful within your process of achieving achieving the impossible. You know, the impossible is what keep us striving to be us within every day, and to control what you can control and expect the unexpected of many obstacles of life. I would just say I'm just thankful for everybody that's in my life, and then we just keep being us and keep being happy, because there's a lot of things that could distract us from being on course, and you know, just be blessed to just wake up each morning and, you know, see a loved one.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come out here. And I hope that a lot of people, and I know they will, be very inspired by you, because I was inspired just by from everything you've went through, and what you've achieved is amazing. And again, you're just a young person, so you prove that anything is possible when you put your mind to it and you be positive and believe. So thank you very much. It's great
Thank
having
you.
you on.
Appreciate it.